Hello and welcome to my vision of teaching. My name is Radu Mafrodin, and today we'll be briefly talking about my evolution and my own personal growth since coming to the faculty. I decided to name this presentation Makings of a Teacher because really I believe that when I first got into the Faculty of Education, I didn't have a clue about what I was doing. However, as the semesters rolled around, especially now in the fourth semester, my confidence, I think, is one of the biggest things that's grown in my ability to teach since the day that I walked in at UIT versus now when I'm leaving. In this presentation, I've included some excerpts from the first week of school, from the second semester in school, and from the fourth semester, just to kind of illustrate the development, my own personal development and personal growth. So I'd like to draw your attention to this question: how do you personally describe teaching? In my opinion, teaching or educating is the process of facilitating learning. As an educator, some of the challenges we will be faced with will be engaging students to investigate, inquire, and advance their knowledge on their own. So it seems to me this was a very superficial definition of teaching, and I'm not talking about inclusivity, I'm not talking about diversity, I'm not talking about how I can reach each and every student. There's so many things that are missing from this, and it was definitely a very incomplete definition. Fast forward to the second semester. What is your understanding of the role of education in society? In this one, it's basically just a bunch of fluff that I'm writing, looking back on it now. So I'm talking about how, many authors, which were much more eloquent and well-spoken than myself, have ventured into this topic. Sounds like blah, blah, blah to me, honestly. Looking back on it, that's what it sounds like. However, for me, personally, education has been ingrained in not only our species, but other species as well, as a means of ensuring the survival of offspring. So yeah, this is true, and I would agree with that. However, if I had to reword this, I'd probably be a little bit more succinct with my writing and with my choice of words. Fast forward to fourth semester, I chose to include this because now I'm starting to get more into the meat and potatoes of what teaching is all about. So first of all, is one of the things that's very important to me is universal design for learning. This is a principle which we've adopted from architecture. We've appropriated it, and the aim of it is to include. So the aim in architecture was to construct buildings which were accessible for everyone, and we want to do the same as teaching. We want to make it inclusive so that anyone from any socioeconomic status, background, any person with any kind of disability, whether that be mental or physical, can access and have access to education, because this is important. And it's important to pass on those, not only knowledge about various topics, but various life lessons and various soft skills that are very, very important to making youth into contributing and self-sufficient members of society. I also included DI, so differentiated instruction. I think this is a big part. We want to differentiate our instruction. We don't always want to do the same thing, but we also want to include things that are authentic to students, things that are relevant to them. And for me, that's something that I integrate when I think about differentiating my instruction. Also, one of the things I never touched on within my first 2 or 3 semesters at the faculty was assessment. I think now I'm a lot more prepared to implement assessment with lesson planning, and I've also understood the importance of assessment, which is to not simply evaluate students, but to analyze gaps in knowledge of students, and not only be able to fill those gaps, but provide feedback to students on how they can take responsibility themselves and give them the ability to fill those gaps in themselves. So yeah, I think my growth since the first semester has not only been personal in terms of confidence and what my perceived ability to teach is, but it's also my confidence in knowing the core concepts behind what makes a successful teacher has grown, and I have a lot more tools in the toolkit now to be an effective teacher wherever I go. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. I know I went a bit long, but that's it. All the best. Thank you.